story from the last live stream.
18 were dine and dashers, folks. Get a load of this. This is the Crazy Cajun restaurant on 290 in Hollister. According to the people I spoke to that sent this video in, the folks here that you guys see were not happy with that gratuity fee. They did not want to pay that. So what they did was walk out. Only 2 tabs were paid for. This is sad. Wait a minute, did she just say she was gonna pew-pew someone? Oh, Lord. She just threatened to pew-pew someone over a dine and dash tab. Can we get a come on down? Was it really necessary, on top of taking off and not paying the tab, except 2 people, but everyone else walked out? On top of that, you guys threatened the wait staff with a pew-pew experience? Nah, that ain't it. All right, so this is just an idea of the group, how big the group was.
All right, so hopefully y'all are able to hear that video, but just in case you weren't, the person narrating was stating how 18 people were a part of a dinner party, a gathering at a restaurant, and they didn't like the gratuity. Let me see if I can actually go back to the bill possibly. Let me see if I can highlight that for you guys. Because the gratuity on the bill said about, I think it was like $18, right? So that's the bill right there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so they said it was a 20% gratuity. So in total, everybody there, ate $542.67 worth of food, right? So the gratuity was already added into that charge. So even without the gratuity, I mean, that bill is still going to be like $3 to $4, some $100, right? But from what the person narrating was stating was that instead of them paying what the bill was and they didn't like the gratuity, it was like, yeah, we're just going to walk out. And only 2 people basically paid for their portion of the bill. Like I said, yo, if y'all broke, stop going out. That's what I need to happen. And I need people to stop making excuses, because I saw somebody in the comment section on IG, they were sitting up there saying like, oh, well, they were probably dealing with a waitress with a smart mouth. Their food was probably wrong and all this. I ain't trying to hear none of that, dog. Like, yo, if your food was wrong, then why were you still there? Why were you still stay there? Why didn't you get up and basically go and pay for the portion that you ate? Why didn't you do that? Why would you sit up there and still stay there that whole duration up until the point where everybody was like, yeah, we're about to dine and dash? Why would you do that? That don't make no sense. That's completely stupid. That's nonsensical. We're dealing with full-fledged adults that decided to walk directly out of that establishment and did not want to pay their bill. I've covered videos like this before where you've had dine and dashers. There was a group of girls somewhere and they were trying to dine and dash. They had a whole bunch of drinks and food, but one of the dummies realized that she left her car keys and I think her cell phone there. So she tried to hurry up and run back and go back and get her car keys and the cell phone so they can leave. And the waitress noticed that and she was like, oh, I got your car keys. You can get all that stuff back when you sit up there and pay that bill. And they all came right back down there and they had to, start paying that bill. Like I said before, like, don't nobody got time for this. Like I said, I respect a lot of people that work in public service. I respect a lot of people that have to be, doing waitress or being waiters or waitresses, working customer service, Uber Eats and different, because you got to deal with a lot of customers that don't want to pay. You got to sit up there and deal with a lot of people where they want to send you, like, let's say for Uber, they want to send you, 42, miles away to go pick up an order that's $12, and then they don't want to give you no type of tip. Like, that's crazy. I understand why people just leave the food there. They cancel and they don't want to sit up there and pick it up, because you have a lot of people out here that feel entitled to certain things. And it's ridiculous. If you got enough time to sit up there and order something 43 miles away, you better get you a bike. You better take the bus. You better take an Uber or a Lyft to sit up there and get there. You better call a friend. You better do something. Because like I said, a lot of y'all are too broke. Y'all too grown and y'all too broke. So a lot of y'all just should not be ordering out. Y'all shouldn't be happening to go to these restaurants if you can't pay a simple gratuity fee. If you can't just so happen to give a tip, stay your ass home and cook some food. I was looking at quite a few of those people that was directly there. I'm like, yeah, y'all need to for sure stay home and be eating some food and be cooking. I'm looking at the side of that freeway over there. I want to know that this happened in Detroit because that side looks a little bit familiar to me. But that strip mall is a little bit different. But like I said, then you got a woman in there that decided that she wanted to threaten people with a weapon. Like, what is you doing? You a whole woman. You mad because they recording y'all leaving out? And you want to threaten somebody with a weapon? What's wrong with you? Throw them all in prison. That's all I'm saying. I'm about that life. That was one person's actions. She's a part of that whole family. Prosecute them all. I don't care if people feel like, oh man, you doing way too much. You know how they sit up there and, well, if people would have stayed home, if people would have actually cooked some food, actually went to the market, they would be a lot better off. Like I said, go have a potluck. Go sit up there and have a family gathering where people going to be sitting up there bringing in food. Don't take your ass to a restaurant and charge up a bill close to $500 and you don't like the gratuity fee and you don't want to sit up there and pay nothing, knowing damn well that you be sending these waitresses and these waiters back and forth. Oh, can you get me a water? Can you get me a lemonade? Can you take this back because it's not warm enough? Can you take this back because this is the wrong, all this other type of stuff. And then you got the nerve to also come into these restaurants with all types of attitudes and carrying on and being loud and all this other type of, no, man, stay your ass home. Stay your ass home. But like I said before, prosecute all of them. One of them had a gun on them and they wanted to sit up there and and try to threaten somebody filming. Prosecute all of them. They didn't want to sit up there and pay that bill, minus the two people that stayed there and actually paid their portion of the bill. Prosecute everybody else. Throw them in jail. Let them serve some time. Let them do some community service. Like I said, because y'all thieves at the end of the day, and this is more than likely not your first time doing this. And especially give time to the woman that wanted to threaten people. Where is her picture at? Where's she at? Let me let this play real quick. Yeah. Prosecute. Prosecute. Like I said, she look hard. Prosecute. She more than likely dates a lot of Tyrones. Prosecute her. Throw her directly in jail. Lock her up. Like I said, there is no questions asked. Lock her up. Because if she's willing to threaten somebody now, she's going to be willing to shoot somebody later. So like I said, if she don't get locked up, somebody's life is going to get taken. That's all I'm saying. Somebody going to be planning a funeral. And it's going to be because of her. Again, if she is willing to be so bold and to talk about threatening taking in somebody's life with a weapon that she got on her because people are filming because they wanted to dine and dash, I promise you, this ain't her first time doing this, and more than likely, she shot somebody before. But, like I said before, you'll have a lot of people trying to make excuses for her and make excuses for the family that is directly out there. Like I've seen directly all over IG, which is completely nonsensical because let that same woman sit up there and threaten them or somebody in their family, they'll be talking and singing a whole different tune. But like I said, people don't understand up until it actually happens to them. And by the time it happens to them, it's too late. Ain't nobody going to care. Because you didn't want to care in the beginning, ain't nobody about to care right now. Like I said, don't nobody got time for foolishness.